This weekend we're playing West Bromwich Albion. We're going to do the preview quickly. I'm out on location because we're about to do a really cool shoot, so I'm not in the studio. We are joined by Adam, Jonathan and Gaz, obviously. Here we go, let's start. Louis van Gaal, has he taken the shackles off? We finally got a goal. Can we expect lots more? What do we think, Adam?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. The performance against CSKA Moscow for me was similar to the one against Manchester City, similar to the one against Middlesbrough. I don't think there was much difference in it apart from the fact that the players seemed like they had a point to prove and they wanted to get some goals, but it still wasn't good enough for me. And I think, yes, Manchester United are going through a rough bit of form at the moment, but we really do need to turn it around now as well. We've come through that bad patch of fixtures, you could say. We've got some relatively easier fixtures coming up, but that still includes 2 aways to Watford and Leicester, who can cause an upset. So I think we do need to sort ourselves out a little bit. I still think we need to improve. But while we're in bad form, to grind out a 1-0 like that, it's not that bad, is it?
Okay, Gaz, do you agree?
I think it's sort of showing how far we've actually slipped in it when we're discussing whether he's took the shackles off because we scored a goal. I think that it was, like Adam says, it was similar to those games, but I think that it was better. I definitely think it was a bit better. Like I said in my fan cam, it feels like we've took the tempo notch up a couple of notches, but it's still not good enough. But it's definitely a start, and hopefully, you know, we can kick on from there. And, you know, a nice home game against West Brom, I think, is the perfect place to do it. And I think if we just play the similar games what we played against CSKA, more forward passing like we saw, but a tiny little bit even faster than that, and then I'll be happy because I think we'd win by 2 or 3 goals.
Okay, Jonathan, the fans inside Old Trafford on Tuesday voiced their concern at Louis van Gaal. They weren't very happy. By the end, he reckoned everyone was delighted because we won the match. Do you think that's right? Do you think we're all happy? Do you think things are improving?
No, I think we were mildly placated by the fact we scored and won the game. I think Big Louis at the end of the day will do what Big Louis wants to do. I don't think he really cares too much about sort of tending to the fans. He's going to play his system and hope. We can only hope that ultimately, when he finally does implement that it will materialise some entertaining football. Certainly, Guillem Balaguer thinks that it will do. I was at an event with him last night, and he advocates that we have patience with Van Gaal.
Okay. Right, let's talk about the world's most expensive teenager, Anthony Martial. He's been playing centre forward, he's been fantastic. Then he's been playing on the wing. He's still been very good, but perhaps not so influential in matches. Gaz, do you want to see him played through the middle more, or are you happy with him out wide?
I feel like it just makes sense. I can't come up with an argument to put him out wide unless Wayne Rooney was in fantastic form, which he's not. So I feel like it just makes sense to put him centrally. I mean, not only was he scoring more goals there, but even on the games where he wasn't scoring, I keep saying it, but it's true. He had his best games when he actually wasn't scoring goals, but playing centrally. He's got to play there. And not only that, but I feel like Rooney would play better as well in a different position as part of that 3 playing behind the striker, whether it is sort of on the wing, inside forward, whatever you want to call it, or playing actually behind the striker himself. I feel like if we put him there for a game like this as well, West Brom, we'd see him bag 1 or 2, definitely, and then hopefully the goals will start coming again. It was nice to see his reaction as well after the CSKA game online, when I think it was his Instagram page, wasn't it, where he basically said it was a disappointing game for me. It's nice to see youngsters do that, so I'm sure he knows that he's got a bit to prove.
I don't know, I'm the opposite. I prefer if they're full of confidence and can't accept their flaws. They just want to get it done and they feel unbeatable all the time. I like that. Adam, what do you think?
I agree with Gaz. I like that from him, that, you know, a lot of players would have hid away from the fact that, okay, maybe my performance hasn't been that good, but we won, so I got away with it, you know what I mean? And he kind of still admitted that, you know, I was poor today. But I still felt when Wayne Rooney stayed on the pitch and Anthony Martial left for, I think, Fellaini come on. I still felt at that point Wayne Rooney should have been subbed because I felt Anthony Martial was better for us. Now, Wayne Rooney obviously got the goal, repaid the faith in the manager. And I do think, look, Wayne Rooney's going to be in the team, whether we like it or not. He's going to be in the team. And after his goal, I would play him in that team as well. I'm not saying still drop him. But with Martial, if you put him up top in that number 9 position and you play Wayne Rooney behind him, one of my favourite partners for Wayne Rooney was Louis Saha. And that was because of the way they both worked in tandem. Louis pulling the defences all over the place, and Wayne Rooney working in that hole, using the space that Louis Saha was creating, making chances for Louis, and of course himself. That was one of my favourite partnerships for Wayne Rooney. And I believe Anthony Martial could strike up a similar partnership with him because he plays the similar way to Louis Saha, occupies the same kind of spaces as well. So it's something that could work. And I think the opportunity at Palace, Martial puts through Rooney. That's the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Jonathan, Martial, out wide, through the middle?
Nah, he's got to play through the middle. I think just echoing the sentiments of the boys there. If we presume that Rooney plays irrespective of form, then you've got to play him behind Martial. I mean, even the numbers denote where they should be playing. You've got a 9 and a 10, which, it's not rocket science football. Just play him in the positions they're meant to play in, quite simply. And like Gaz says, we'll see goals.
Okay. If you were Louis van Gaal, you're managing the team this weekend, what is your starting lineup?
Directed at me there, Sam.
Yeah.
I would say, obviously, Mr. De Gea in goal. Do we know if Jones is back to yellow zone fitness yet?
He's still at the traffic lights waiting for it to change.
It's like a game of FIFA, isn't it? Or the old school Pro Evo where they used to have like lights on the fitness.
Exactly like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Depending on Jones's fitness, if he's back to yellow, I would say Jones and Smalling in the middle, Rojo left back, and Darmian right back. And then I'd have to play, obviously, Carrick and Basti just ahead of them. Schneiderlin and Basti just ahead of them. And I'd say Lingard on the left, because he was brilliant against Moscow. Mata on the right, and I would say Rooney in behind Martial up front.
Okay, Gaz, do anything different?
No, mine's a very similar team. I've gone for De Gea in goal, Darmian right back, Smalling and Blint as the two centre-halves, Rojo at left back. I thought Blint had a really good game against CSK Moscow, and there were some things that he was doing, some forward passes that he was playing where you were just like, how many centre-halves? I'm not over-exaggerating because I know that he lacks certain parts of his defensive game, but how many centre-halves in football can actually play those passes? So that was brilliant to see. So I'd put Blint in there. The two centre midfielders, Schneiderlin, I think he was just ill, wasn't he, for the past 2 games? So hopefully he's back for this one. Schweinsteiger as well, I've got him alongside him. Carrick had an okay game, played some good passes, created the goal, but I've gone for Schweinsteiger. I've got Mata on the right, and I've gone for Memphis on the left. You know, he did come on in the game, so hopefully he is fit this weekend. And I just feel like it's the same sort of situation with Darmian, where I think we should show more faith in these players, because I honestly do believe that they are going to be good enough, if not already good enough, to be Manchester United, to be key players for Manchester United. I think that Memphis is still going to be great because the things that he lacks in his game, it's all in his head. And I think that as he gets older, that'll sort out. So show faith in Memphis, and I've put Wayne Rooney in behind Anthony Martial.
All right then. Adam, Lingard, Memphis. What do you reckon? That was the difference, wasn't it?
I love Jesse. I do. He's my man of the match. I got slated for it after the game on Wednesday.
He had a good game.
He was my man of the match. Simply because
by a mile.
Yeah, I thought he was a link back to United traditions, and he's our player. He's a Manchester United fan. He's come through the ranks, and he's holding that still, and he's bringing that in the team, and he's the only true United player that was on the pitch that day.
Oh, it's like Danny Welbeck all over again.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because look at the assist for the goal. Look at the assist for the goal. Look against Manchester City, against Middlesbrough. Even I can't remember a clear one, but I think he nearly did against CSK as well. He was closest to scoring goals for us in those games. He's really providing a threat. I watched him out in Moscow, and again, he was quality there as well. And yes, some things aren't coming off for him, and he's trying to beat a man sometimes, or he's trying to pass, he's trying to tricky pass, and it's not pulling off for him. But he's trying these things. He's attacking guys. He's bringing it to teams, and that's what Manchester United need to do. I'm happy with the possession football. I'm happy being well organised. I'm happy that if players have to stay in their positions in certain areas of the field, but in that final third, we need to start running at teams, getting runners in behind, stretching defences again. And Jesse Lingard is one of the people that was doing just that for us. I love him.
Yeah.
As for Marshall, stick him up front.
Can I just say, you've just said then about him actually taking on players. So many people, so many fans seem to think that if a player loses the ball a few times, that's a massive negative. And it's like, that's what good wingers are meant to do. They're meant to take on players. It's not going to work all the time. It might only work like 3 times out of 10, but it's still a positive to show that they're actually attacking players. That's what it's all about.
As long as it's in the right areas of the pitch, you can't complain.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? If it's in the final third and you're trying to risk, you're taking a risk, then it's going to come off. Half the greatest things that we've seen as a Manchester United fan wouldn't have happened if they tried it. What if Wayne Rooney skied his Newcastle volley, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Sent it out of Old Trafford.
So we're all agreed that Jelbs is that guy. Now, let's talk about West Brom.
Get out, Sam.
Aside from Johnny Evans and Darren Fletcher, who's going to cause the problems?
I said it as soon as they signed him, just because I had no idea about the player. Don't get me wrong, I'm not some football hipster who's done my research. That Rondon, he's big and he plays up front, so he's probably going to score against us this weekend, so I'm proper scared of him,
Adam?
and that's it.
They've got Rondon, we've got the condom. Mike Smalling.
I'm so sorry that just happened. Don't repeat it. Let's just pretend that never happened. And we move on.
I see what he did there, though. I see what he did there.
I see that on Twitter, by the way. It wasn't my tweet. Someone else tweeted it, but I used it. I'm going to steal that. It's all right. You don't let nothing in. You don't let nothing out. Mikey Smalling's got Rondon. Anyway, Berahino, I think he's their best player. I'm not sure if he's fit, to be honest. I haven't kept an eye on West Bromwich Albion recently, but Berahino's a very good player. And I think if with him and Rondon, you've got the pacey Berahino, the guy that can run off him, and you've got Rondon. But as I said, we got Mikey Smalling at the back.
Okay, let's finish this with predictions. Adam, what's the score going to be?
Manchester United 3, West Bromwich Albion.
Ooh, bold. I like it. Gaz?
3-1.
Jonathan?
2-0. 2-0.
Okay, everyone's predicting big wins. I'll say we'll still be boring and it'll be 1-0, just to be different. Guys, thank you very much for joining us on Skype. Everybody else, let us know what you think about Martial, what you think about Louis van Gaal, and generally what you think about Manchester United. Get in the comments below, be respectful to each other, and have a lovely day.